Hello, and welcome to day 263 of Post Walk Weekly. My apologies for missing last week. Seriously, I'm kind of laughing at the moment because I'm having my cat in this video. 3 weeks ago, my most watched video had Mr. Lombardi in it, so I thought maybe I'll just keep him in it, but this is enough. We're going to now put Lombardi down because we have to be serious. All right. It was a very, very big week. My last week, I was a bit consumed with the American elections, and I got a house in a village and was kind of tied up doing a bunch of things. So I don't like to talk about me, and it's a question I have because I always have found the concept of influencer kind of annoying. They seem to be very full of themselves, and it always seems like white people's problems, rich issues, like I don't want to be an influencer. And then I thought about it that actually I do want to be an influencer. I'd like people to pay more attention to humanity. I would like to influence. So I don't know, anybody who would like to can write in the comments or can get back to me if I ought to be more personal, because I notice the influencers are all, I think, way too much about themselves. Anyway, if the cat is working, let me know. Now, on to the serious topics. It was an extraordinary week. Extraordinary. And I cannot help but feel bad for the Russians. You know, their mothers and wives and daughters and sisters also of the people that are dying needlessly, foolishly. Putin is just playing with human lives, and it's disgusting. It's the way I felt a little bit in 2001 or 2 or whatever it was when the fake, when we were talked into going to war in Iraq the second time. And I just knew we weren't getting the real story and the full story, and people were going to die. There's nothing justifiable about that. So, all right. But the good news is that there was a huge retreat by the Russians, and the Ukrainian army has taken over all of the Kherson region. Kherson. It's in a letter in their alphabet that the Greeks also have. It's just hard for other people, but it's the Ch in the Kherson region. And so that is absolutely fantastic. Thousands and thousands of people have been liberated. There is, of course, the worry about the mines and munitions and things left behind. And I went online to try and contribute to United 24, which was started by President Zelensky. It isn't officially recognized. If you want to contribute to Ukraine, there are many, many, many ways you can do it. This one I like because I remember, because I watch Zelensky's late night speeches so often. I know when he initiated it, and I went on to try and contribute to the demining operations. I had a dumb problem with my credit card, so I'm still working on it, but that's the personal side. Anyone can go to United 24, and it is an official organization of the Ukrainian government to receive funds for any, and you can kind of specify what you'd like your money to go to. So let's hear it for Ukraine. Also, silly SNL, Saturday Night Live, there was a 15-minute monologue. I think it's the longest one I've ever heard of, by, of all people, now I lost his name, but he's just something else. And at the very end of the monologue, I'll remember his name. At the very end of the monologue, he talks about Ukraine and how well the war is going for the Ukrainians there, and it's very funny. So I recommend Saturday Night Live, and I'll get there. Anyway, the last thing I want to say, two last things. A friend of mine called me and was so happy. Enough Americans woke up, walked, and voted. No, somebody wants to be in the picture. And and basically, Trumpism was repudiated. There are still too many, it's still going to be very tricky if we can't pull off the 10, it's really down to the wire right now with the congressional seats. I have offered the gods my lemon trees if we can beat Boebert. Adam Frisch, I think it is, in Colorado. That would just be amazing to never hear that awful voice again. A lot of my favorite people did not make it, and I'm frustrated. I have left the Democratic Party. I'm an independent, and I'm getting long here. I know that people only really listen for about 2 or 3 minutes, but it was an incredible awakening. Here, if I keep the cat in the last minutes, do you think that I'll get more views? Let's see. Here's Lombardi. Anyway, thank you to the Americans who came out and voted. And if we could get 51 senators, it would make an enormous difference, because at a 50-50 Senate, the committees have to be 50-50. And that allows the Republicans, because not one of them will cross the line for any kind of sanity, it allows the Republicans to stall a lot of things, and especially if we lose the Congress, where they'll stall and they'll just throw, sand in the gas tank as much as they can. It would be helpful to have the Senate with a 51 majority, because then it makes all of the committee processes more efficient and more effective. And we'd have one person to either challenge. Lombardi bit me. That was not fair. We'd have a congressman to replace either Sinema or Manchin when they get obstreperous. So I think that's the end of it. I am wearing the hat that you saw me in a lot of the videos in Poland. It is fall here. It's been beautiful weather, except no rain for the olives. We'll have some kind of crop. Be well. Be kind. I'll see you next week. Thank you.